Is Gamedec an epic reinvention of Sierra Online point-and-click adventuring, or a perverted police quest reskin? Watch on and find out. Warning: this review contains potential spoilers and some adult topics. My name is Thorax, and this is Strategy for Busy People. If you've got a few minutes, I'll tell you what to play. This time on Strategy for Busy People, we are looking at Gamedec by Anshar Studios. I've got about 3 hours and 40 minutes in this game. Gamedec is very much a point-and-click inspired adventure game, and, to my chagrin, it inherits some of the typical user interface frustrations of many of these games of yore. To my pleasure, it does so on top of a modern setting dealing with very cyberpunk tropes. You see, I'm a huge fan of the cyberpunk genre in general. From the Gibson and Stevenson novels that define the genre, to the R. Talsorian Cyberpunk 2020 pen and paper RPG, which I never got to play. Anyone offering to DM? I love all things cyberpunk. Growing up with a computer in the 80s and 90s, it was inevitable that I would play some point-and-click adventure games from Sierra, LucasArts, and others. King's Quest, Day of the Tentacle, Monkey Island, and even more risque titles like Leisure Suit Larry. And on that last note is where we start our review of Gamedec. Why is Leisure Suit Larry of special note? Well, it dealt with adult and risque topics. The first mission in Gamedec takes you to a weird, sexually deviant virtual reality game to find some rich guy's kid who appears to be dying from a raging boner, and you find yourself frequently tasting sticky substances that you find laying around. It's not all bad porno jokes, though. It is, however, lots of Inception-like games within games. Farmville clone, anyone? The game within game trope actually is done quite well. You're a game detective. Gamedec, get it? Who goes into VR experiences via fully immersive VR couches and does your sleuthing in-game to find your culprits. The game features a common dialogue choice interaction that you will feel right at home with, but it adds an interesting twist. It adds layers of quote-unquote choices matter into the dialogue system so that previous conversations you've had with either others or the same people influence the available choices that come later. Layered on top of that is a sort of skill tree where you can purchase skills using points you accrue from previous interactions too. And this, to me, is where it falls apart a little. In addition to the commonly annoying point-and-click problem of not knowing what you can interact with or having to move your character close enough to things, only to suddenly realize that you can interact with them, it's not always clear which dialogue choice is going to award you a point, if any, in one of the 4 categories. It's also unclear what you should be working towards, as you often don't know that a particular skill will be useful until you suddenly find it in a conversation choice, and then realize that you both don't have enough points to buy it and also don't have enough other people to converse with to gain points. Hey, at least you don't have to fight with the interpreter telling you not to pick your nose. Before I give my final verdict, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share with your friends. Agree with me, disagree with me, or want to see other content? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to support me in making more of these videos, become a patron on Patreon. Your support really makes a difference. The final verdict. Overall, I really do love the design aesthetic, and the game is very well made. The music and sound effects support the art style expertly. The dialogue and story are interesting enough to keep me going. I just didn't find myself really wowed or sucked into it. On my trademarked 3-point score scale of avoid, meh, and I forgot to eat, I'll probably pick the game up here and there when I have a little time, so I haven't called it quits yet. But I'm not getting bent out of shape and all up in a hot, sweaty mess, wanting to get back on the casting couch. Wait, that's not the couch in this game. Or is it? Meh.